Or you're not investing in Bitcoins anymore, are you?
Hey everybody, Maddie here with Altcoin Buzz. Happy Saturday, happy weekend. It always feels nice to say that. There is a lot going on in the news today, so we've made the decision to move the giveaway of this week's crypto tag Zeus starter kit to tomorrow's video, so Sunday, February 9th. Stay tuned. It also gives you one more day to enter that contest. Stay tuned for details at the end of this video on how you can win. However, today we're talking about coronavirus and specifically about Femex's donation of 10,000 high-grade masks. We talked about the Femex derivatives platform yesterday. Here's their website. Their CEO Jack Tao is also talking to us in an interview exclusively about coronavirus. And then we have big news about Justin Sun, who is basically perpetually trashing Ethereum. And some are siding with him, but ccn.com here. Why is Justin Sun lying about TRON holders? Follow the money. On Bloomberg Crypto, at Crypto, on Twitter, Chinese crypto entrepreneur Justin Sun has finally shared a meal with Bitcoin skeptic Warren Buffett. That is covered here on Bloomberg. Warren Buffett lunch turns into dinner for crypto faithful. So this is getting quite a lot of coverage beyond just the TRON community, as you can see. It's also being covered on azcoinnews.com. Warren Buffett continues to criticize Bitcoin, but still supports blockchain. So is Bitcoin still rat poison squared in his eyes? I guess we'll have to see. The market right now is doing very well. Let's take a look at that before we dive into all the news. The total market cap is higher than it's been these last few days, $280.675 billion. Bitcoin just slightly below where it was yesterday. I guess time-wise, it's slightly up based on the recording of the video, but 0.23% rise since yesterday. In yesterday's video, it was about $9,802. We're now at $9,799, with a lot of projects up marginally, a couple of percentage points. Bitcoin SV is the big exception here and stands out, as you can see, up 16.91% in these last 24 hours. Bitcoin SV right now at $341.94, and the Bitcoin dominance continues to be a bit lower than we've seen in these last few months, 63.5%. Again, the altcoins seem to be soaking up the majority of that incoming money. Kicking things off now with a little bit of levity. We're looking at this comedy clip at Yumi Comedy. You can follow her work. And she's talking about the world of Bitcoin and other things at Email Shashwat, commenting, I think she secretly wants him to get some imaginary shit coins. It's a fun little piece, only a minute and a half long, so we'll link to it in the description below. Check it out. Intersection of the world of comedy and cryptocurrency, I suppose. But moving into the main news on altcoinbuzz.io, the fight against coronavirus has a new ally. The Femex Corporation, or the platform I should say, which we covered yesterday, has donated 10,000 high-grade masks to the cause. Article here by Deepika. More donations are also being arranged. Of course, at this time, as you likely know, the coronavirus is really complicating things for many people in China. There are over 31,500 cases that have been reported, and the death toll is now over 600, unfortunately. And at the epicenter of it all, the city of Wuhan is facing a death rate of 4.1% due to the coronavirus. Thankfully, the leadership team of Femex, however, a cryptocurrency derivatives exchange, also did their bit to control the spread of the virus. With public service as their core value, the project donated 10,000 high-grade masks to residents of Wuhan. By contacting mask suppliers in Japan and hospitals in Wuhan, the team made sure the masks were delivered to the city. And according to the team, a Twitter user at Piptitious helped them source the masks from Japan. Now that the Japanese government has raised some restrictions in sourcing the masks, the team is looking for alternatives to provide more help. Here is the tweet at Femex_official. Big thanks to our community to help us send 10,000 masks for the residents of Wuhan during this coronavirus crisis, and to at Piptitious for sourcing these high-quality masks from Japan that meet the standards set by healthcare organizations. Stay strong, Wuhan. If this is the first time you're hearing the name Femex, we took a deep dive look at their product offering and their services yesterday. They're a cryptocurrency derivatives exchange and promise to make derivatives trading easy and more secure. The platform was launched back in November of last year and is led by 8 former Morgan Stanley executives. And in the last 2 months alone, the platform has attracted over 35,000 users and booked a maximum trading volume of over $400 million in only a couple of short months. Femex.com is the website. That's P-H-E-M-E-X, and you can read about the fastest cryptocurrency derivatives exchange by exploring their homepage, as well as their roadmap, their ambitions, their leadership and management team, and other details as well. We're also getting an exclusive take from their CEO, Jack Tao, who is talking more in depth about the coronavirus, article also by Deepika. After doing their bit, the team is looking for suggestions to do even more. Skipping ahead a little bit, let's look at question 2 that was asked. What is the latest on-the-ground news about coronavirus, and how is it affecting daily life, business, and things around the city? As you can imagine, the city is at a standstill and things have ground to a halt. It's also a bit of a ghost town in Wuhan and other Chinese cities in its vicinity. But here's specifically an answer that relates to Bitcoin itself. The virus has heavily impacted businesses in China. When the Chinese stock exchange opened, almost everything dropped down quite sharply. Bitcoin looks bullish right now, and I believe traders, this is Jack Tao speaking, are buying Bitcoin or BTC futures contracts to hedge risks, just like people purchasing gold in the old times. Speaking about the Femex donation of 10,000 masks, the team is operating globally. We have team members all around the world. I started to encourage Twitter followers to donate to Australia bushfires last year, and when coronavirus broke out, we tried to find ways to support the cause. Not simply donate money, but we wanted to get involved at a deeper level. And in the mask donation program, I didn't participate directly. One of our co-founders, Max, got connected to Skact from Twitter, and Skact provided us sources in Japan. Cecilia, Femex CMO, found some direct connection to the Wuhan hospital doctors, and they made many phone calls and spent lots of time on it. Jack also says that Femex is looking to do more, as much more as possible for the community to support those affected by the coronavirus. Quote, "We are working on our next donations to support Wuhan, as we realize now it becomes ever more difficult to find a large amount of N95 masks, even from Japan. And after our first batch, the Japanese government also started to limit the purchase of N95 masks." Question 7, do you believe this has a serious effect on the Bitcoin price, or would you attribute the recent Bitcoin price action to the upcoming halving? Any other factors you would also consider? Answer, besides coronavirus and halving, I already explained above 2 other factors which I believe will have an important impact on Bitcoin's price. They are number 1, adoption, and number 2, breakthrough research upon blockchain. No doubt we will have more and more Bitcoin adopters in 2020. As we can see from 2017, a lot of money has been invested in projects and researchers into blockchain technology. That's a key factor for this industry to grow. And when asked about the impact of the coronavirus on the Chinese Bitcoin mining infrastructure, Jack had the following to say, "I'm not an expert in the mining business. As far as I know, the ASIC mining machine is critical to Bitcoin farmers. Most of them are produced as well in China. We expect to see a short-term supply shortage. Lots of big mining sites do not need many human resources to maintain. They are sensitive to the electricity bill, but do not heavily rely on human resources." Check out the full interview and the full back and forth exchange. We'll link to it below on altcoinbuzz.io. Justin Sun, as usual, yucking it up here on Twitter at JustinSunTron, in case you're not following, talking about how Ethereum is over and referencing a tweet from @NVK. We have a plan. Ethereum is over. Tron moving to hashtag Liquid Network on hashtag Bitcoin. So it seems there's always something that he's scheming. There's always something up his sleeve. However, some out there in the community are not happy with Justin Sun. On ccn.com here, why is Justin Sun lying to Tron holders? Follow the money. Here's the background. Sun pointed to last year's reshuffling of the TRX block rewards, and that increased the inflation rate to almost 2 billion Tron per year, TRX per year, I should say, and that's a lot. But meanwhile, the Tron hard cap was removed completely, and in the same post, Sun stated that the reorganizations of Tron's block rewards had nothing to do with him or the TRON Foundation. In other words, it all smells a little bit fishy, but let's dive into the article. Justin Sun sought to distance himself and his team from the recent Tron block reward reshuffle, but all the evidence points directly to them. Here's the story really in a nutshell. Sun deflected responsibility for the recent TRX hard cap removal onto Tron's super representatives. But an online paper trail shows that Sun and his team were in fact the ones who explicitly proposed the change. And the change to Tron's block rewards stand to benefit Sun and Binance, which currently controls 55% of Tron's staking network. So Sun has stated that the decision to further inflate TRX coin supply came from Tron's 27 super representatives, and Sun wrote the following, quote, "The original initial token issuance of 100 billion TRX is the only decision made by the TRON Foundation. The rest of the decisions, including a delegated proof of stake and the increase of the voting and block rewards, have been made by the Committee of Super Representatives." representatives. But last September, Sun was already promoting the change in block rewards on social media. You can check out this tweet that he issued on the 21st of September, 2019. Justin Sun first teased the new block reward plan in September. None of this is a particularly good look for Justin Sun or for Tron at large. Justin, I think, is a master when it comes to marketing, but sometimes he bites off more than he can chew, and he promises the world and tends to underdeliver. This seems to be, in my estimation, one such instance of him communicating something and kind of forgetting what he's talked about or communicated in the past. And it's just not a good look. It's inconsistent and it's not professional. I don't know if it necessarily is the end of the world, but it does irk some out there, some of the true Tron devotees. Let us know your thoughts about it in the comments below. Consistency is always a good thing, as is honesty in any professional space. In other, perhaps more positive news, at Crypto here, Bloomberg Crypto tweeting about Chinese crypto entrepreneur Justin Sun, who finally shared a meal with Bitcoin skeptic Warren Buffett. And this, in fact, was covered rather extensively on Bloomberg.com. As you can see here from the 6th of February, Warren Buffett lunch turns into dinner for crypto faithful. So some big names involved in this lunch. And this comes shortly after, don't forget, Justin Sun's meeting with Steve Wozniak of Apple. So it seems like he's really checking off all the bigwigs off his list and really meeting with some very powerful and influential people. Now, Warren Buffett, as we've talked about extensively in the past, is no fan of Bitcoin, but he does have a soft spot for blockchain, and he feels that blockchain's future is very large and very promising when compared to Bitcoin. So we can at least half agree with the man. And Buffett hasn't really changed his tune. He still feels that Bitcoin isn't a good investment, but because he recognizes the value of blockchain itself, as I just mentioned, he feels investors should focus a little bit more on that and not completely be dependent on Bitcoin. Buffett thinks that people get protection from stocks and equity, and the same is not necessarily true in the crypto space. The current US dollar system is working quite well, according to him. Many would disagree, but however, that is his opinion. He's entitled to it. And Bitcoin is simply a changing operation with no added value. You've heard the arguments before. He's sticking to them. You can also read about it here on azcoinnews.com. Warren Buffett continues to criticize Bitcoin, but supports blockchain. This article referencing the meetup with Justin Sun and Warren Buffett from the 8th of February. That about wraps it up for today, everybody. Do be sure you're following us on all the regular social media channels and keep checking back into altcoinbuzz.io for all the latest. Go ahead, like, subscribe, share, and hit the bell to receive notifications if you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget, we're moving our giveaway to tomorrow, the 9th of February. So for Sunday's video, we'll be giving away a Crypto Tag Zoo starter kit. To be eligible for that prize, you got to make sure you're subscribed to Altcoin Buzz on YouTube. You got to like our videos, and you got to comment on all videos, because we first select a video at random and then a comment at random. More comments equal more chances. Best of luck if you choose to participate in that contest. Best of luck if you choose to participate in the market today and you choose to invest, but be careful. As always, be prudent. Things are looking good right now, but try not to buy at all-time highs, or at least partial yearly highs, I suppose, right now in February of 2020. But have a great one, everybody. And as always, we hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.